Hi guys, it's Jeff, and today's episode is about using the phone. And a lot of people, not a lot of people, but some people are scared of using the telephone. And you know what? You can't be scared about. You've got to, whatever scares you, to overcome it. You've got to start doing it. Whether it be exercising, eating healthy, going to the doctor. We haven't been in a while. Going to the dentist. Or using the phone or public speaking. Maybe it's your time to start sharing something with the world, or making a video and posting it on Facebook. Whatever you're scared about doing, do it. And once you do it once or twice and three times, you'd be like, my gosh, what was I scared about? Just a scaredy cat. There's nothing to be scared about. But as you can see, I've got excuse me. I have a water is essential too. Make sure you have your water on your desk, and make sure you. I would encourage you to have a headset wired. Obviously, if you have a phone, most of them come with it now. So I just got a phone. I was, walking around, pacing, and talking to this guy, and it's really it allows me to do other things. And the thing that you don't really want to do is, you don't want to do the dishes when you're talking to someone. You don't want to, there's certain times and places that you should be present, and that's when you're talking to someone, because they can tell if you're doing something differently. I've got on my wall here. Let me share this with you. It says, I know it's backwards for you, but it says one card, one call a day. So pretty basic, right? And once you want to re-engage your business, and again, this is your business. So if you did have to check in with someone on Friday, on the closing of Friday, and say your manager called you up and say, hey Jeff, okay. So how many phone calls did you make this week? How many people did you talk to? How many cards did you send out? How many presentations did you do? How many posts did you do on Facebook? How many new contacts did you add to your contact follow-up sheets? These are solid questions that you need to answer. And if you can say, well, I've done none, or I've done two, I've done three, at least put a number down. And that's what's going to be important. But going back to the phone conversation thing, again, I've got a headset, I've got my water. Try not to drink caffeine, maybe a couple cups of coffee in the morning, and try to eliminate your soda, because you're going to start feeling better. And obviously, exercise. If you did a walk in the morning or a walk in the evening, or if you do more than walks, maybe going to the gym or something like that, doing an exercise routine, you're going to feel better. And when you feel better, you're going to present better. If you say you don't have time to do it, again, you can't make that excuse forever. You've got to make the time to make that happen. You owe it to yourself and your family. As you can see here, I'm standing up. I have a desk that actually raises and lowers. And when I'm making phone calls, I'm standing up. And a lot of people, they think that I'm out of breath or whatever, but I'm moving around. I'm excited. I'm energetic. And that's how I'm communicating with people. And people can sense it. Now, if I was just sitting in my chair, and just laying back and kind of just, talking to someone, then it's not going to be as beneficial. They're going to tell that or if I'm on Facebook, chatting on Facebook, or if I'm watching TV, or that type of thing. Now, I know that you have a life. I know that you might have kids. I don't know what your situation is, or you might have a dog that's loud or something like that, like me. You've got to make. You have to adjust for that. Tell them up front and say, hey, listen. Yes, I want to talk to you right now. Right now is good. I've got 20 minutes. However, just know that I have my child watching Barney in the next room. And I know the UPS man comes by this time of day every single day, and my dog always barks. and then my kid cries, just so you know. But everything's cool. So make that and tell them what's going on up front. Now, when you're talking to someone, or let me say this, if you're using FaceTime, like you're seeing my face right now, if you're an Apple user, you can use FaceTime. Make sure you take a shower. Make sure you do your hair. Make sure you look good. You don't have to put a suit on because, again, we don't have that type of business that you have to put a suit on and a tie, nor do you. Why would you want to? So, but look presentable. Shave. I mean, don't have stuff in your teeth. Make sure you look presentable. You might be doing this over Skype. So Skype is face-to-face, and just make sure that you look presentable. So when you're in your presentation, what I typically do is say, hey, listen, I'm going to show you something, Joe, it's going to take about 20 minutes. I'm going to share with you how I sent the card out to you. I'm going to show you how the money works, how we get paid, and just kind of go from there. Answer any questions that you may have. Pretty simple, and let's begin. So then I would say, listen, I would bring up my phone and say, Joe, what kind of phone do you have? You want to get to the habit of asking questions, right? And you want to have him respond. It can't be all about you just talking. So when Joe says, I have an iPhone, great, I got an iPhone too. So basically, what you're going to do is an app, Joe, that card that I sent you, I'm going to click on the app. It's going to go right to all I did was, just so you know, I clicked on the little app right there, little app. And then I'm going to click on, let's say if I wanted to, see where it says photo cards? Remember that photo of my kid on it? I know you have children too. Because again, I've done my research. I've checked him out on Facebook, right? I know a little bit about Joe. Know who you're talking to. It says your photo here. I'm going to click create card. Right? Really simple. And when it says your photo here, I'm going to click on it. And I'm going to, this is a picture. I'm actually going to send this card to a girl that I just was chatting back and forth with. I was trying to put down Hunter a second ago. So this is a selfie that I took of Hunter and I. I'm going to say, on the bottom, and then I'm going to put my cursor right there. I'm going to say, hey, Sylvia, her name is Sylvia, great reconnecting with you. All the best, Jeff. And then I'm just going to click send and add her address and click send, and she's going to get the card in the mail in the next 3 to 5 days. Really simple. And then I'm going to follow up with her and show her how it works. So that's the process, Joe, how it works. Now let me kind of show you how the money works. Now, I use these things called money cards, and if you do join, I'm going to send you some of your own. I invest in the people that I sponsor. I do treat this as a business. As a result, it pays me as a business. I started in 2005. Here's where you'd share your story, and you can be real with people. So in 2007, I was able to quit my job because I really worked this thing a lot. I sponsored a couple hundred people, one of the top people in the company, and I took about 3 years off shortly after we had Hunter. And I did a lot of trading and investing. I lost a lot of money and learned a little bit about myself, and I also explored other opportunities, financial opportunities. But what I found is I came back to send out cards because they kept on paying me a check. I was still earning about $100,000 a year, and I really wasn't doing very much. And so my goal right now is to find roughly a few, 2 to 3 other people who want to make another $100,000 a year. I'll find a bunch that want to make $2,000 to $3,000 a month. And I don't know where you fit in. I'm not going to have you answer that right now. Instead, I'm just going to show you how we get paid. So basically, if you were to join, just so you know, the investment is $3.95. Now, what does that come with? Now, what I would do is just tilt my screen down. And again, I just have my photo booth open so you can see my screen, just my camera. And so when you were to get started, it's $3.95. It comes with 10 prepaid accounts. It comes with, so you can either sell those, but what we're going to do is we're going to give 2 of those away. The company wants us to do that within our first 7 days, and when they do that, the company is going to pay us $50. Now, what I would recommend, or what I'm going to do, is I'm going to show you how to do it within the first 10 minutes. So within the next couple of days, you're going to get a check, and I know this isn't a lot, but you're going to get a check for $50. Okay, $50. Now, your goal is to simply do the same thing that I'm doing with you and demonstrate this to someone else. So our goal, just so you know, is to find 3 people. Now, have you ever done any network marketing before, Joe? Here'd be a question. Here'd be a time where I could ask a question, right? He'd say no or yes. Yes. Which one did you do? How did you do at it? Not very good. Okay.
It's 2
or
o'clock.
He didn't do anything, or didn't do one, and like, you know what? Some people, there's people that love and hate network marketing, but I honestly wouldn't look at anything else if it wasn't network marketing, because it's a leverage. You know, like with my time, I can leverage my time and build a team and get paid for it. Yeah, it's a little bit of work, but you know what? For me, I think this is the easiest job that there is for money. Okay, so your goal is 3 people. So you just earned $50. Obviously, that's just a start. But what we're going to do now is when you help someone come on board, you're going to make $140 for each person. Okay, real simple. $140 for each person. And what I do here is I want to show them the money. If I was in person, I might even have them hold the money so they can see how much it is. Now, if you're doing the math, Joe, that's $140 times 3 plus the $50. It's $470 that you've earned. Now, obviously, your investment was $395, and you know you've earned a little bit of money back, and it's a start. I mean, and there's a lot of business opportunities that you get involved in that you can't earn your money back right away. This is one of them that you can. Now, let's say if you were just taught other people to do what I'm teaching you right now. You showed them how the program worked. You maybe sent them a card or 2, followed up with a phone call, and then you want to say, then you're going to help these 3 people that want to make some extra money with you. You're going to help them get 3 each as well. So 3 times 3 is 9. And if you've been in network marketing, you understand this model. And then 9 times 3 is 27. We're going to carry this down 7 times. And again, this is on a card, so I don't have to memorize what I just shared with you. It's on a card, which I'm going to send to you. And that would be $15,000 a month, just on volume of cards and gifts people are sending out. Pretty cool? Now, that won't happen. The reason why that won't happen is because it won't happen perfectly. Some people will do some more, some people will do some less, and some people won't do anything at all. The challenge with this type of business, network marketing, is it only costs $400 to join. And they don't treat it sometimes people don't treat it like a business. But when you do treat it like a business, it pays you like a business, like it's paid me. Now let's say some of the people that you sign up don't treat it like a business. So 10% of $15,000 per month is $1,500. $1,500. So 90% of the time, your organization doesn't treat it like a business, then you're still earning $1,500 a month. Now, that might be a lot to you, or that might not be a lot at all to you. But it might take care of your car, your house, some groceries, some going out money, whatever the case may be. And most importantly, you've created something that comes in month after month, which is kind of cool. Is this all making sense, or are you confused as you know what? Okay, it's making sense. Again, you want to ask questions throughout your presentation. Okay, so now what Send Out Cards does, if they say, good job, what we're going to do is we're going to give you a promotion in the company, and we're going to give you a pay raise. So what you and I are going to do, okay, remember you found 3 people, didn't you? right? And I just showed you that you made $470, and you're obviously making money off of what they do as well. Now our next goal is to find 3 other people, and I feel like a car deal from the circus, just so you know. But you can hopefully you can get the picture. So 3 people right here, and what you're going to do is when you find the fourth person that comes on board, right? Because you already found 3, the company's going to pay you not $140, but actually going to pay you $240. And what's really unique here, Joe, another $20 for you. What's really unique here, Joe, is when those people sponsor someone, you're going to make a $100 override because they're just starting out. They're going to make $140, but you're going to make the $100 override, just so you know. And again, you're going to make another $140 here, and everything is based on 3s. If you didn't figure that out by now, so another $140. I'm sorry, $240, and then finally the third person we find, another $240. Now keep in mind the process. The process has been pretty simple. We've been using the phone. We've been using the app. Let's say if we're at the hockey game, we're at the park, we're at the car wash, whatever we're doing, we're capturing the moment, and we're sending Sally or Betty or Jim or Jeff or whoever a card. We're acting on the fly and just sending them right from your phone. And then you're going to follow up with those people and say, hey, listen, Sally, we were at the park the other day. I saw these kids playing. It reminded me of our kids when they were growing up, and I wanted to send you a picture. Hope everything's well, and give me a call when you get this. And you reconnect with Sally. She asks what's going on. Say, hey, listen, I got involved in a new business opportunity, and in fact, I liked that card that I sent you. That was part of the business opportunity. And was wondering what you were doing, seeing if we could have a cup of coffee. This Friday, I'm available this Friday. If you are, buy a cup of coffee, kind of show you what I'm up to. Boom. And then show her how it works. And that's it. So my wife's coming in right now, so you might hear the dog bark. Hunter's sleeping, so just to forewarn you. And let's see if we help those 3 people that we just got started. So we helped 3 people in the beginning. We helped another 3 people once we got promoted. So now we're making $240 each time we enroll someone. And we're making $100 off each time they enroll someone. But let's say if those 3 people each brought in 3 people each. That would be 9. And then those 9 people brought in 3 people each, 27. 7 times down. Well, if that happened perfectly, let's say if they actually did treat this as a business, you'd be making $35,000 a month. Now, I know that's good for you, because that's good for a lot of people, unless you're making $2 to $3 million a year, which most people aren't. But again, let's say if your organization doesn't treat it like a business, 90% of them, just kind of, don't do anything. 10% of $35,000 is $3,500 extra a month to you and your family. Obviously enough for some people. And that's what I do. And that's how I do it over the phone. And obviously I've got my photo thing pointed up so you can see me. And I've taken a shower. I do have on a t-shirt, but it's hot here in Arizona. It's over 100 degrees already. And first of all, Joe, give me your thoughts. So here's where I would kind of ask Joe what his thoughts are, and he's going to give them to me, and he's going to say, this is pretty cool. And my next question would be, do you see yourself doing what I'm doing with you with someone else? And that's where you have to shut up, because this is the magic question. Because if what you've done already is good, then Joe is going to say yes. Because what I do, what I teach, the way I teach it allows anybody to do what I do. Now, one thing that what people are going to need is ambition and desire. All right? Now, you can tell me you have ambition and desire, but until you start doing the first couple presentations over the phone or in person, you know what? Talk is cheap, right? And Joe, just so you know, I'm not a complicated guy. As you can see, I'll send you the couple of decks. I'll send you 2 decks. So one can be presentation mode, and then the first person we sponsor is you're going to give those cards. You're going to pay it forward, actually, so because he or she is going to want to do the same thing that you're doing. They're going to want to send some cards out. They're going to want to show some other people how to send some cards out, and they're going to want to show the money. Now, I keep everybody in a 3-ring binder. I've got my goals right here, and I'll send this sheet to you. And I've got my contact follow-up sheets. It tells me when I sent the card to them, who they are, their phone number, how we met, comments, and following up. At this time, Joe, what are your thoughts? What would you like to do? Now, Joe's going to say one of 2 things. He's going to say, let's go. And at that point, say, look, great, we'll get you set up. We'll get your 2 accounts activated, so they'll pay you $50. And then we'll start going over some goals. Now you're saying, goals. That's different. I want to know what they want to do. Right? I want to know how I can help them do it. It's really important that you know the person that you're working with, their story, and why they're doing it. And here's where we become good friends. The people that I sponsor, I want them to become some of my best friends. And some of them have. Unfortunately, some of them go MIA, missing in action, and I don't hear from them ever again. Even the people that say they want to do something. Or Joe says, I want to do it, Jeff, but I need to talk to my wife, or I need to. I don't buy the talk to my wife stuff or a spouse, because I allow my wife to do what she wants to. And I'm not going to talk to my wife if I'm getting involved in a business opportunity. I'm going to do it because I believe in it for my family. I don't buy that. And I know that, the respect thing, but there's also a trust thing. My dad started with $500, quit his job when I was 2 years old. Started with $500 in his pocket and built his company. And it required his wife to have faith. So I don't buy the talk to the spouse thing. And that's why. The other thing Joe's going to say is, I don't have the money. I want to do it, but I don't have the money. And so they're either going to want to go forward, or they're going to want to go forward, or they don't have the money. So at this point, I'd say, listen, that's fine. I mean, obviously can't do anything if you don't have the money. But that should be one of the reasons why we're totally going to take action on this and move forward and really go to work, is because you don't have the money. Is that right? And then kind of go from there. When do you think you're going to have the money? And you saw Friday. I get paid on Friday. Okay, great. I'll just give you. Let's connect. I'll get you the cards, the deck of cards. Once you do get signed up, I'll send you the deck of cards. And you and I will be talking on Friday. What time? And I schedule the time on Friday. Again, I treat it like a business, and I pull up my Google. I have a calendar system that I use. It's through Google, and I just type in "call Joe on Friday." What time, Joe? 2 o'clock Eastern. Well, I know that's 3 hours behind from me. That would be 11 o'clock my time, correct? Yep. Good. I'll call you then. Look forward to it. Okay. Take care. Bye-bye. That's it. That's how the presentation goes. That's how the phone conversation goes. I'm standing up the whole time. I've taken 2 or 3 sips of water. I've shown Joe everything. I've asked Joe questions throughout the presentation. And I wasn't a hard closer. I didn't pressure him. The only closing question that I asked him was, do you see yourself doing what I'm doing with someone else? And the answer is yes. So if he doesn't want to do it, it means that he doesn't want to do it. And that could be true too, and that's okay. And you can't do anything about that. I had a guy that I sent a box of brownies to in a card. Thought he was interested, responded back to me and said, I'm not interested. And that's fine. I wish that they would give me the time of day to actually do a presentation, because that's all I need. At least after I do a presentation, I can cross them off my list. His name is Phil. I said, Phil, all I got to do is do a presentation. And if what you see at the end of it is not for you, we'll part ways, great friends. I'll still send you cards and boxes of brownies, but I'll know not to mention send out cards ever again. How's that sound? Because once I start showing him how cool it is, and how I sent the card out, that he can do it, as when he's at the baseball game with his kids, and our clients that he thinks about, and he wants to send them a quick card, and then now that he knows what kind of financial opportunity that I'm presenting to him, that there's money on the table to be made, then he can make an educated decision. But give me the chance to do a presentation. All right. So if you're watching this and you haven't seen how Send Out Cards works, give a person that's been talking to you about it the opportunity to do a presentation, and make sure they show you how the money works. Because I have a saying: if you don't master the money will master you, and you'll be mastered forever. So this is Jeff signing off. A little longer than 10 minutes, right? But hopefully it was beneficial for you. Have a great day. Bye-bye.